kick you out another cycle. I just tell everyone try to stay out of measuring over here because that's where all your numbers pop up. So you want to kind of be out of that area. So if you need to adjust that, you'll use your left upper box. Okay, so hit delete last. There you go. You want to tell it where you're starting again, so you want to go IBSD.
Oops.
It's okay. Just remember exactly. So when you're doing that, if you need to make adjustments, yes, you'd make them from up there. So all I would do is move your line over a little bit to where it's in the divots. Exactly. That's exactly what you do. You want to go to the top of that wall, though. Top of the wall.
Oh, I didn't hit that.
Yeah, so you'll leave that set there. Now you use the other screen. Yes, you'll touch and drag that, and just don't take your finger off until you're done with your measurement. Exactly. Now you'll touch and drag again. It's already in its
right.
next, yeah. You'll pull that down into your little valley there. Exactly. Okay. Now you'll touch and drag down to the white line. There you go. So IBSS.
This one?
Correct.
Oh, so I'm not taking a
Yeah,
picture
so
yet.
remember, if you do, you're okay. If your creature have it on that, it's more than okay. You're not doing anything wrong, it's just not required. Okay, there you go. And you want to line that one up over your two humps. If you need to make adjustment on that, yes, you make it from there. Exactly. Now you can hit number one. And you can see we're still within a few percentage of our first measurement. So on the EF, if you're at 60%, what you don't want is when you do your next measurement, it dropped 40.
Okay.
So you don't want greater than a 10% gradient. Okay, so you don't want to go from 60 to 40 or from 60 to 80. Okay, you kind of know your calipers are kind of off in that area. So generally when you have your first measurement, that's kind of the number you need to be hovering around. And if it's off greater than 10%, you know, you kind of have your calipers maladjusted. Exactly. You can do that, and that'll get rid of those measurements. And the reading will get you plus or minus. There you go. Okay, so we're at yes. We'll start out IBSD first. So if you need to make adjustments to move it to the right or left.
That looks actually pretty good,
So,
except
if
more
you
to the
want,
right.
exactly. You want to kind of move it into your little valleys because it just kind of helps make your measurements a little more precise there. Exactly.
Oops. So if I wanted to get rid of that, because
All
my
you
finger.
have to do is delete last, and you just start right back over. You just tell it where you want to go. Right here. There you go. And just you're eyeballing it with the one crosshair. Exactly. Exactly.
And then
Yes.
this.
IBSS. Same process where the humps kind of kiss in the middle. Exactly. So you can make your adjustments there.
Okay.
Okay, hold on just for a second. All we did was barely bump our package there, so I think all we have to do is just sit down and meeting them in. Okay, so we want to start exactly. You can touch and drag from there. It should be able to pull you in. Oh, wait a minute. It kicked you out of your protocol there.
Delete last?
Yeah, delete last, and then you're just going to have to tell it where you want to go again. There you go. And you can still, it keeps us within our gradient there too with our percentage. Okay, that's a great job. All right, so what we're going to learn, our last part here is going to be our LAAO measurement, which will be the end of our measurement. Now, remember when you're doing this, it's either or on your M mode or your anatomical mushroom. So if we have a good M mode like this, we'd measure our M mode, then we go straight into our LAAO measurement. You don't have to do anatomicals, M modes, LAAO, okay? So for this one, it's either or, either anatomicals or the M mode, then move on to your next measurements. If you've done all three together, that's okay. I mean, it's just more information. It's not required, but if you've done all three sets, more than okay to do. So from here, we're going to close. Again, we're going to access our file folder. We're going to use our right hover key. We're going to go over now to our LAAO view, or fifth chamber view. Okay. So again, we want to pick an image that says raw, so we can work with. You guys done a great job on your LAAO views. Okay, so we're going to kind of work in this area. Once you pick one, we're going to touch the top screen again. And what I'd like to do here, I just darken some stuff up here, okay? So again, you can use your TGC even to kind of darken stuff up a little bit for you here, just so you can kind of see your circles. Now you can kind of pull back through this image to see if you find your circles a little more concentric. Okay, and I move it to diastole. Okay, so you want to move it to where your circles are dilated the most. Okay, so that's the field we'll stick with on doing our measurements. On this, we will do the Swedish method, which is our line's going to come down through an angle through both our chambers here. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit our red ruler. Now you're going to hit the button here that says LAAO. Okay, we're going to go to aortic root. We're going to go inner to inner on our middle circle here. So we want to go to the inner edge. We're going to drag that down onto the inside of our next. Okay, now you'll hit the button that says LA. You want to put that caliper up next to the other one. Make your adjustment from over here. Those calipers kind of kiss in the middle there. Then you touch and drag down to the wall.
So are you kind of going to the middle of the wall between?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because remember, on a off angle, you can make this pseudo thick. Okay, so it's not actually a measurement separating the caliper out. You just want to try to meet it in the middle with your calipers. Sometimes that line will be super thin, okay, which means you probably have it on a proper angle. Sometimes it's a little bit thicker there. But
If it's thick, do you measure to the inside of the wall and then inside of the wall?
correct, yeah.
So that you're measuring
Kind of
the
splitting
lumen.
The lumen, yes, kind of splitting the difference there. But here's what your cardiologist and your veterinarians or techs are scanning this too. It's like I kind of said, two circles that look the same are normal. Okay, so in other words, that we want a 1-to-1 ratio here, no matter what the sizes are. If it's 3 and 3, that's still a 1-to-1. Okay, what we don't want is one circle in the middle and then one circle like this, which we know we have atrial enlargement or vice versa. Okay, so it's essentially a 1-to-1 ratio, no matter what the numbers are as far as the diameter.
So in this case, there is mild left atrial.
No, greater than 1.5 starts going from mild to moderate to severe. So the higher the ratio, the more severe the disease. There's some cardiologists at 1.5 may not call it. Okay, so remember, sometimes mild may not go into the clinical picture. Okay, they're real good at looking this like we just talked about subjectively. Because if they see two circles that look about normal, but your ratio is abnormal, they're going to tell you over measured your atrium probably, or under measured your root, one or the other. So they're real good about picking that out. So we just want to kind of stay within that 1-to-1 ratio. On certain patients, usually larger canine, some others, you remember there's a part of the atriums called the auricle. God's perfect design to help for the overvolume in the heart for the outpouching. The auricle forms a little black V shape kind of down in here versus your chamber wall. So if we have one today, in other words, you wouldn't pull your measurement all the way down into the auricle itself. Okay, you find the bottom wall of your atrium and you just kind of follow that around before the auricle starts. It looks like it's probably starting out in that section here. So we always want to kind of stop short of the auricle. Some patients that you're going to see it real pronounced. Just kind of be careful not pulling too far down in that region. Okay. And all we have to do is kind of repeat that. Just kind of move our calipers like in or out to kind of grab our circles back. Okay, if you want to repeat that.